Okay, what's up, guys? Game fan of all games here, and I'm back giving you yet another drama script Saturday. But before we get into it, let's go over the ratings. It's well, for overall ratings went up for both shows. So for the industry, that's an extremely good thing. But for the sixth straight week, AEW has done it again. They have beaten WWE's NxT. This week, AEW got 928K. And NxT was only able to get 770K. So, both are up from last week. AEW went up 100. AEW went up 100K, and NxT went up 30K. No, 40K.
After having such a huge likely
40, roughly 40 to 37K plus than they did from last week. So viewership on both shows was up tremendously. So more people are watching. So I guess at the end of the day, it's even though NxT lost for the sixth straight week, and this is week 17, I believe. This is week 17. Yeah, week 17. If you haven't been paying attention, AEW's won majority of the weeks. Their sixth straight week they're winning. They put Charlotte on NxT because they're teasing Ripley versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. I guess we'll wait because we have to wait for after Takeover because Belair versus Ripley. I was just looking at the list of pay-per-views. That's the bad part.
Wow.
I think that's this weekend. Yeah, no, it's Valentine's Day weekend, so it's next weekend, Takeover Portland. So we gotta wait to see what happens with that. If Ripley wins, who knows if Charlotte may go that route. I mean, I don't want that to happen because I feel like you're putting a main eventer on your quote-unquote developmental show, and you're gonna have Charlotte be the NxT champion, which directly doesn't really count towards her title reigns when it comes to the ones that they count, which they only count Divas, women's Raws and women's title reigns for Charlotte. For everyone that makes it to the main roster, it's like their NxT title reigns don't exist. So I don't really get that. Unless they really they're really trying to beat AEW. But knowing them, they're like, look, we put Charlotte on, we went plus 37K. Maybe it's working. Oh, and Velveteen Dream returned. So hey, let's play with this a little bit. Let's have Charlotte come. They're probably gonna have Charlotte come back next Wednesday because Belair and Ripley both attacked Charlotte, so Charlotte may come back the following Wednesday. They're probably gonna dabble with it because Takeover is on. Should be Saturday. No, it's on Sunday. Wow. Oh yeah, because there's no WWE main pay-per-view. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, so it's on Sunday. They may dabble with it just to push Takeover, but Charlotte has really nothing to do with Takeover. So, but ratings, they see that. Plus, they said they did this one thing and it got them 37K more. So maybe they'll keep doing the one thing and hopefully it'll get more. Like business, I guess. They're gonna test it. moving on. 100K extra people for AEW. I mean, they've gotten 900K before, but like people really want to see Cody get whipped. But they've been promoting that for the past 3 weeks. So that's been a build. So that 100 extra K didn't come out of nowhere. They've been building that. MJF giving Cody 10 lashes. They've been building that up and promoting that hard for the past month. So a 4-week build just to see this whooping. It got the payoff. It almost got them 1 million views. And then, you know, the Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, stabbing Santana in the eye. Eye for an eye, that was good. It's just AEW went back to all action the last 2 weeks. No, not the last 2 weeks. There was the boat show, and then after the boat show, it went full drama scripted, and then it went back to action, and now it's back to action. Except when they have, you know, long random segments that don't really make sense, like Joey getting that 10-minute live promo backstage talk didn't make sense, and now Britt Baker's getting random 10-minute slots to say stuff. It doesn't lead to anything. At least when MJF and Cody or Jericho or John or Nedville, at least when they get their spots for their 10-minute to 8-minute promos, it leads to something. Theirs really don't lead to anything. I guess that's why it comes off as wasted airtime, which it does, because it doesn't lead to anything. So that's that. Going into WWE Super Showdown, which I'm not watching. Bray Wyatt versus Goldberg, I guess, because they gotta stretch this all the way to WrestleMania, because there's only 2 pay-per-views left. If there's this, and then there's Elimination Chamber. I don't know who we're gonna get Well, I know who, but I don't know how we're gonna get there. I'm pretty sure it's going for SmackDown's main event of WrestleMania 36. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Roman Reigns versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Now, how we get there,
96.
and what? It's currently February 8th, and WrestleMania is April 5th. So how we get there in roughly 60 days, just under 60 days, that's going to be the tricky part. Because we have Goldberg in now for Saudi, which we're going to get a bullshit 2-week build. Okay. When has 2-week builds ever worked? We're going to get a 2-week bullshit build just for Goldberg to lose. And then we somehow have to get the big dog, Roman Reigns, involved, and then do a roughly 35-day build from there, which is doable. It's just getting there. And I say Roman Reigns because SmackDown doesn't really have that many main eventers. They've dropped the ball with Dolph one too many times. The Miz went against Bray Wyatt at TLC. Daniel Bryan went against The Fiend at Royal Rumble. Both KO and Samoa Joe are on Raw. Braun Strowman is the IC champion. And everyone else is in mid-card hell. Shinsuke Knox. Braun now, because he has the IC title. Sami Zayn playing manager. Sheamus, that Shorty G feud, so he's technically still in mid card.
The bull pot from deep.
There's not really a lot of main event people on SmackDown, so like I said, pretty sure they're gonna go with Roman Reigns unless they decide to pull someone out of mid card and put him in main event. And the only person I would say Braun, but IC champ. Sheamus, if they want to do that, they could. If not, they're probably not going to do Shinsuke. Can't do Corbin because Corbin's a heel. So yeah, it's looking pretty much like Roman Reigns. Pretty much like Roman Reigns. But that's really, it's really about it. There's really no major news.
Fuck out of here.
Samoa Joe's apparently
And he was kicking Lancer.
coming back soon after a minor injury. AJ Styles has a wrist injury, but it's said that he'll make it to WrestleMania 36. That could have been another one, but AJ Styles was on Raw. So that's pretty much it. There's really not that much going on. Revival turned down. Apparently the rumors is the Revival, obviously it's been reported or rumored for weeks and weeks now that the Revival's unhappy with WWE and they're just waiting out their contract and they're not going to resign. Contracts for both of them end just right after WrestleMania 36. So they get the WrestleMania payday, which is good. If they're on the card. Granted, if they're on the card. So they're not unhappy. Rumors is that they turned down like the new contract was $700K per year, and I was like, looking at that, I was like, that's pretty low. To me, that came off as low. For the Revival, that came off as low. What, they're what, 3-4 time WWE Tag Team Champions? On both shows, they won the tag titles. They're the number one rival to the New Day. The New Day has not, besides the Usos, it's the Usos and the Revival that have battled your number one stable tag team for the past 7 to 8 years. It's been the Usos and it's been the Revival. Those have been New Day's two biggest rivals. So they're one of their main biggest rivals is they're only 700K. That's I thought it would be at least a million or 1.5. And they've won multiple tag reigns too. They've had multiple. So when I heard that, I was like, that's low. Like I thought they would have gotten more, offered more than that. But it's been people keep saying that both of them are not unhappy and they just want to leave. So they're just waiting it out. But they've asked for their release in the past, but wasn't granted. So they're just waiting for the contract to run out. But when I saw that number, I was like, to me it came off low. For the Revival, I know we don't see much character from them, but they're in ring work, and they show up when they're not hurt. They show up day in and show out, and they're good technical tag team, knees and elbows on the floor mat wrestlers. They're good. They're like that old-fashioned slow roughhouse wrestling. They're good. That's when I was like 700K. That's for me that comes off low. But that's gonna wrap this up for this week's Drama Scripted Saturday. Tune in next Saturday. Remember, there's always a Drama Scripted Saturday every Saturday. If you like what you have witnessed, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Until next Saturday, guys, I'm Game for All Games. I'm out of here. Later and peace.
shit.
Incoming flash!
God, 2 people upstairs.
Good to go.
I gotta break it. I don't know why they're not breaking it. Well, guess we win this.
Yes, this is all I've ever wanted for you. For all of